We would like to start this video by showing the competences of a translator in a business context. We chose the hypothetical situation of being hired for a Colombian business, Juan Valdez, which is starting to penetrate foreign markets like the American one. In this case, the translator plays a key role in dealing with documents and content that will be read by business partners, investors, and most importantly, customers. The first competence we will talk about is linguistic. This means the complete proficiency in the language, including lexical, phrasal, clausal, sentence, and discourse skills. Without complete mastery of these abilities, the translator simply cannot deliver a reliable product. In the case of working for Juan Valdez, the translator would need to be a source language, in this case Spanish, native speaker with university education in the field of languages or mass communication, as well as a recognized international and accredited institution or organization like classification C1 of the CEF Common European Framework. The textual competence. A translator needs to know all the rules and conventions of text. In the case of a translator for Juan Valdez, it is crucial that the person translating business documents can identify all the specifics of texts of this type. It would be recommended that the professional would have experience translating texts of this nature so that contracts, agreements, and other types of content can be fully understood by all parties.
We continue with the specific subject competence. We refer to the ability that develops the translator to specialize in particular area, allowing you to acquire a high level of knowledge facing the topic that you will interpret, taking into account features as respect to the terminology applied, keeping the originality of the document, context analysis, contextualization, habits, language patterns, and structure as key factors that define the functionality of the document or text. In the case of Juan Valdez, it becomes necessary the advice of a highly qualified entrepreneur knowledgeable in translation of corporate documents, internationalization of business, style collection, as well as capable of convey the message in a correct and efficient manner, both in the source language as in the target.
Cultural competence. Translation have the discretion on focusing on the order or on the eventual reader when translating. The cultural competence will give the translation the ability to achieve or meet the intent of the word at text as closely as possible. Without cultural competence, translation increases the need of borrowing and creates the functional translation that also takes more time. Cultural competence by use of equivalence, borrowing, shift, and other procedures will give the translation the ability to closely match the intent of the source language, or even give the reader a sense of the meaning of unknown words or expressions with languages.
Transfer competence require abilities like transferring message from source text to target text communicatively. Exist two relationships between transfer and translation. The first one is the process where the translator does that exists a specific process on the knowledge. The second one is the process where the message changes to source text to target text. The last one is the translated text. This is the product after the process. The knowledge in linguistics and especially is very important to many companies like Juan Valdez. This requires translator with specialty knowledge to his business process because their specialty in technician and process related to cafe or a specific area. The abilities to require these competencies are linguistic, textual, and subject. These competencies require a lot of attention because here the translator corrects the mistakes to avoid misunderstanding in the source text to get the target text, because the translator have to keep or care each detail in the words.